Yo, what's up? Back with another Smite Meta update. First things first, though, a couple of updates. I have a new Discord server that I'm going to be using to announce all my content in. If you're interested in joining that, it will be linked in the description. Join in, get your roles, accept the rules, and just hang out. It's a small community now, but I intend to grow it later. I'm also going to be expanding my content from just Smite to also Hearthstone, and maybe when the 7 Days to Die update comes out, that as well. Because I also don't want to be just a Smite content creator, solely. Regardless, meta update. That's why you're here. Anyway, the hunter role, we'll start with that, or the carry role, we'll start with that, and we'll move all the way down to solo lane, as per usual. In terms of your carries right now, you've got Cernos, Ishtar, Rama are the best ones. It's kind of the same as Worlds. And then you have Manticore, who's also thrown in there. This character does an obscene amount of damage. You can play him in 2 roles, ADC and mid. And he just is insane. I'd say Cern's probably still the best, just because of his ability to... his damage dealing, his cripples, his CC, he's got a decent dash, and overall his Autumn Decay into Summer Heat. I'm actually going to link a Twitter post that is one of my old friends from a while ago who tweeted, hunters are doing things wrong. Despite the fact that I am a tank player and understand that tanks suck right now, he is doing it more efficiently than a lot of other players are, and I'm going to link that down below just to show you how to properly do his damage. Ishtar's good because Ishtar's good. I mean, the character just has a ton of good stuff. Feels really good. Her damage is high. She's a cripple. CC immunity. Good dash. Good overall. Manticore, like I said before, has an absurd amount of damage. He's very gankable early on, but after he gets his ultimate, his ult does an insane amount of damage. He's just an ability-based, heavy damage hunter. Rama's good because Rama's been, for the same reason Rama has been good. He can take himself out of a fight for a good period of time. He also has decent safety and just high damage, objective shred, all that stuff. If you're looking for stuff outside of that, Chiron, still very strong. Ho Yi, strong. Jingwei, also very strong. There's been this crit build that's been going around, this one-shot crit build. But it's also a gimmick that only works on her. Anyway, supports. As per usual. Ares and Umoja are both high skill cap supports. If you're good with Ares or Umoja, you should be spamming them. They can carry games by themselves, especially in the lower MMRs. They're still very good in ranked. Maui and Terra are also incredibly strong in ranked. Terra especially right now. A lot of the healing changes have made it so she becomes a lot easier to... Or excuse me, she becomes a lot more effective to apply her healing and just overall do what she wants to do. Other than those few, Atlas, very good. Sylvanas feels good. Ymir still feels pretty decent. Khepri still feels good. Bacchus feels pretty good. And then I have to move to this tab because Iset, Nox, both are pretty powerful supports still. If you're looking for something a bit different, they have good CC. They're tanky if you build them that way. But I do have to talk about Hel and Afro. Aphrodite, without a doubt, is the best support in the game currently. Her being able to share protections with her Kiss, with her soulmate, is absolutely ridiculous. Also, people aren't using Undying Love for the amount of damage that it gives. It gives them the jealousy bonus, which is, at max rank, 20% damage increase. That's just a flat increase. It is crazy. This character's nuts. And if you aren't first pick, you need to ban her, because she will be first picked. If they have any sort of higher brain function. Hel as well is also very strong. I wouldn't say she needs to be banned every single game, but she's still very strong. You literally just... PBM made a video about how to build Hel on, like, the Smite Twitter or whatever. I guess I gotta find that now, too. You build a tank item, and then you just build straight damage, another tank item, and then just only damage from then on. Character's strong. Healing is strong. She feels very good. Moving on to the mid lane. Mage tab still. Merlin, Tiamat, Thoth. Yu Huang. There are a lot of characters that work right now. Chunga is another one. Aphrodite can be played mid, but you should play her in support. Hel, very strong character. Hebo can still be played mid. Ra feels pretty decent. There's a lot of mid laner variety right now because your items are completely overstated and bloated. You do an absurd amount of damage. A lot of mid laners are going a, let's just say, Sands of Time, Doom Orb, Deso, and then you go whatever the hell you want from there. You can go into Divine, which you honestly probably should be, or you can go into Magus if you want. You can also go into the Staff of Mirrodin if your god uses it well. You can go into Rada Tahuti, Obshard, Soul Gem, Soul Reaver, Polynomicon. There's so many options. All of your good items are completely overstated, and you should be abusing the hell out of them. Regardless. If you're looking at Hunter mids, your best ones, I'd say Manticore, Chiron are kind of your best two. Ishtar can be played in mid, Cern can be played in mid, Rama can be played in mid, but Manticore, Chiron are kind of your best two right now. Ullr's decent, Neat's decent, AMC's okay. They're all just kind of meh. Those are kind of your hunters you can run. You're going to run Assassins in mid, Cleo, Susano, Set, kind of the ones you want to stick to. But I would look more towards mages because their items are completely overstated. Jungle. Junglers still have very strong items. With how strong crit is, I didn't mention it before, but how strong crit is, Mercury is still very, very good. He builds crit items. Crit feels insane. Spectral armor makes you survive like 2 or 3 more autos than you would without it. Tanks suck. Crit good. That's really it. Unga bunga. Another character that could abuse crit, Bakasura. He's decent. I would say he's worse than Mercury, but he's decent. Thor's very strong. Set, pretty strong. Susano's pretty strong. Ratatoskr feels really good. Naja still feels really good. Loki's playable. Wheelix is playable. All this stuff. Pretty much anything in this tree is still playable. And avoid Arachne if I were you. Anything in this tree is playable and feels good. Alkong and Hebo are still good in jungle. Do I need to explain like I did in the last few videos? High damage. Their items are OP. They're crazy. If you're not going to play them, ban them. It's just that simple. They're that crazy. If you're going to go a warrior jungle, don't. Just don't. The pros were running Erlong Shen in the tournament. Don't. Erlong Shen is a setup character that does not do as well in ranked. You can build him full damage, but realistically, just don't go a warrior jungle. Do yourself a favor. If you want to win games, go an assassin, or go one of the 2 mages I mentioned before. And soul lane. You have 2 tank gods that feel good right now. Consistently. Hercules and Vamana. Both of which have gimmicks. Hercules' gimmick is that his healing's really good, his damage is really high, and he moves very fast because of the ability to buy items like Regrowth and Wingblade and get away with it. You still don't feel as tanky as you used to, but he feels decent. Vamana's gimmick is that he just beats the living hell out of you with his ultimate. That's kind of just what he does. He just beats you up. He runs your pockets, steals your lunch money. That's why he's good. Outside of that, playable warriors, you can play whatever you want, really, but it's just going to feel bad. Guan Yu feels playable. Odin feels playable. And you're kind of on the brink there. Everybody else kind of just feels like shit. Cleo, Camazotz, Susano, Thor, Tsukuyomi, Naja even. Like, those characters can be running soul lane. Certain ones go full damage. Even Bakasura has been running soul lane. He's a very pressure-oriented pick because of the low cooldown on his Eat minion, and he's better than a lot of people think. But Cleo is just... any lane matchup is fine for you because after level 5, you can choose just not to interact with anybody. So, yeah. Hades is still very, very strong. If you just want free wins in soul lane, Hades is probably your go-to guy. You coming to lane at level 2 makes it so you pretty much instantly clear the wave again. You walk in, you auto the enemy god, or you dash the enemy god, and you 3. The only thing that is weak to is if you get level 2 ganked, but they also have a full wave in front of them, and you don't. So, give or take. Hebo is playable in soul lane. Alquang's playable in soul lane. They both feel very strong. You build full damage on all 3 of these. You maybe go 1 defensive item on Hades. I've been running Hell a little bit. Hell feels pretty decent. You can build Breastplate of Regrowth and kind of just get away with it. Chunga's another character. You just build full damage and you explode people in the late game. You really just, right now in soul lane, being a tank sucks, but also not having a frontliner another frontliner kind of sucks because supports are kind of stripped from all their farm. Guardian picks. Cerberus is okay. Atlas is okay. Jormungandr's a pressure pick that's okay. That's really all you got. You're going to run a Hunter, Chernobog, Uller, Manticore even could be run there. But Soul Lane's in a really, really rough spot right now. Other than that, though, should be it. Let me know if, well, for one, a sub to the channel, please. I'd appreciate it. Check out the Twitch streams if you want to. Join the new Discord that I mentioned before. Other than that, though, let me know what other content you want. You guys said you wanted guides. I am remaking the tips and tricks videos. And would you rather that be in bits and pieces with classes like they are now? Or would you rather it be just one long video with timestamps where I just do every single character? Down to do it either way. Like I said before, I'm going to be expanding my content a bit. So if you're interested in those other games, Hearthstone, 7 Days to Die, let me know. I might start posting more content in there, especially with the new expansion of Hearthstone coming out. Other than that, though, peace.